I wonder, what's that in the world which is not marketing, or which is not, sales, to be very precise. Human psychology, human behavior. Even an infant, newly born, baby. The baby knows that when he cries, he will be well fed by his mother, right? And even when you look around in nature, for example, a peacock, he knows very well how to flirt, positively, so that he can play on his strengths which nature has given to him, the dance, the feather, all that. So if you look at very positively and with this divine touch, I would say that everything around is an exchange, and it's good for us. It's good for you, it's good for me. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this book reading series. And today I'm going to talk on, though in the very early last year when we began with this book reading series, I did touch upon about few books when it comes to sales. So today I'm going to pick up one book from there. It's about 100 great sales ideas. It's 100 great sales ideas from leading companies around the world by Patrick Forsyth. Now, sales is very close to my heart. In fact, I kicked off my journey, my professional journey with sales. I used to do a lot of sales, in hotel industry, in five-star hotels, and then into fast food chain like Domino's, and then cafes, Cafe Coffee Day, which I was there for approximately 4 years in Pune and Mumbai, and then later on, in one of the apparel companies, and then definitely in between Reliance Industries Limited. Though it was training, but it was also into channel sales. I was into channel sales, so that was no looking back. Even when I got later on to very concentrated into training. Leadership training, soft skills, behavioral training, but sales training was always an integral part, inseparable part of my professional stint. And even today, it's a kind of indirect sales, isn't it? Okay. So I have a lot of respect, and before I get into this book, let me share with you my experience. Sales, when we look at this meaning, sales, I think maybe it's a Latin word or something which means selge, which actually means to serve. So sales is basically to serve, how I can be at good service to you. Products and services, the so-called product and services could be just a means, to help you, enable you as end user, you as client, as customer, so that you grow in life, when it comes to your prosperity, your well-being, yeah. That's what a role of a salesperson is, be it a front end or maybe back end. It could be marketing, but primarily when it comes to sales is that. So today I'm going to highlight, though there are 100 great sales ideas, and ideas always fascinate me because even my psychological DNA, as reflected by Gallup strengths, the top five, one of the top fives is ideation. Ideas, I really love, to ideate on that, enable ideations, ideas, brainstorming. And I am always, bombarded with so many ideas. Maybe not all are feasible, but I love ideation, I love ideas. So 100 ideas, it won't be feasible in this talk of maximum 8 or 9 minutes. Book review, that's what usually, we take that much of time. So maybe I'm going to pick up a few things, but before getting into that, my sutras, my mantras, which really enabled me to be, I don't know whether I should call it as a successful sales professional or maybe sales coach or whatever, but I derive a lot of peace and pleasure and definitely prosperity for self and mostly for the organization I work with. Okay, that's basically one of my bosses used to say that, Kiran, whenever you get into the field, yeah, you meet the clients, the customers, the end users, and also in between the customers, as we understand, primary, secondary, tertiary sales. So maybe in between the dealers and the distributors, they may not be the end users, but they are clients, they are your customers. So whenever you get into the field, you have to represent the organization with pride. You need to be well versed with your product and services and the strengths of the organization and those products, services you are going to pitch. You represent organization. But whenever you come to the organization, yeah, you should represent the field, the customer, the clients. That is, what it means is, without fear and favor, Many times that fear may go against you, maybe go in favor of you, but you have to put across the table whenever you discuss with me or maybe anybody in the organization, right? You should be very clear, very honest, and put it across in the simplest way, in most transparent way, so that if you have some issues or maybe the client has certain issues, it may not be in your purview to arrive at the solutions. So we all can brainstorm and we can give solutions to the customer, so that customers for life. That's what the long purpose of any organization, good organization, is that great organization rather, that customers to life, customers for life, not just short-term banded or quick fix approach, but customers for life. So in that pursuit of excellence, in that pursuit of customer service journey, that is one. So contents, I mean ideas. So there are 100 ideas in this book. Yeah, 100 ideas. So I'm going to touch upon, for example, be available. So you need to be available in a sense. One has to be accessible. So in this book, let me tell you, let me set your expectation. I'm going to talk about the sales funnel, the sales cycle, or maybe the sales kit, the psychological sales kit, or maybe the physical sales kit one needs to carry. Now we are going to talk about the ideas so that you can delight the customer, right? So make customers respect you, and you also respect customers. Respect, here I would like to break this word, respect. Observe again and again when you visit, the customer behavior, the consumer behavior, their customers, entering into their shops, or maybe maybe the showrooms, whatever the format they are in, right? You need to observe from all possible angles, so that you will come to the root cause, where things are going well and where things are actually lacking. That's one. And then don't waste customers' time, obviously, and that's basically you need to be well prepared. Whenever you are going to meet a client or a customer, you should check back their history, if there are any pending issues, postal services, or maybe reconciliation of their account statements, and so on and so forth. Climb the stairs, I mean, show that you are there to work hard for them. That's what this meaning. Tackle a new category of customers. We all know there are different kinds of customers. Knowledgeable customers, the customers coming from rural backgrounds, the customers are very argumentative, some customers are very humble. So you need to sense very quickly, and then you need to address their issues. Let one customer sell to another. That's basically forming a coil, center of influence, so that even if the customers doesn't patronize you, doesn't buy products and services, you need to leave that impression that you are good. You and sense your customer, your organization, your product and services are good. You see, I promise you need to fulfill that. And he would like to talk upon, there is something, a separate chapter also. Promises, never over promise. It's basically promise less and deliver more. Yeah. And then speak their language. Sometimes it's like mirror neurons. I have this tendency. Sometimes often it happens when I'm in Saudi Arab. I sound like being local over there. When I'm in Africa, I sound like being over there. So many times I go beforehand. I spend some time in the market. Even in India, suppose when I am sitting with my Gujarati friends, my accent changes. It's like a mirror neurons. Keep searching for an edge, competitive edge. You need to ask your client, your customer, when it comes to competition, vis-a-vis your competition. Suppose they rate on a scale of 10, 7 to them. You should ask, if you want to rate us 8 or 9 or 10, what extra we can do, what else we can do, so that we can delight you. Yeah. So a lot of things, a lot of stuff in this book. Before I end this, and I love this, my personal perspective and approach, which I learned from my people, my bosses, wherever I work in different formats when it comes to sales and marketing. I would say that you need to enable, you need to make your purpose of life congruent to whatever the job you are having in hand, despite of the GDKR and KPI, key performance indicators. That I keep saying that, I love to say that even when it comes to these lights and bulbs, a mediocre salesman says that I am selling the bulbs and the tube lights, or maybe the lamps, but a great salesman says that I'm an instrument to spread light. Yeah. So you need to be in sync with the purpose of your life, with the purpose of the organization, the core values. Yeah, and you need to be extremely honest in that, in delivering that. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.